Phoenix is one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. And that's exciting, but with that kind of explosive growth comes some serious pressure. We're talking about housing, infrastructure, you name it, especially in its bustling downtown core. So how does a city like Phoenix not just react to all this change, but actually get ahead of it to design a future that's smarter and more sustainable? Well, to get to the answer, we first have to understand the challenges it's facing right now, on the ground.
So to really get why a revolutionary new tool was even needed, we've got to dig into the city's growing pains. Downtown Phoenix is dealing with this really complex mix of pressures that, honestly, the old ways of planning just can't handle.
And one of the biggest challenges, it is literally radiating up from the pavement. Just look at this map. It shows land surface temperatures. And those deep red areas, especially in the urban core, are just baking in extreme heat. We're talking 115 degrees or even higher. Now, this isn't just about being uncomfortably hot. It has a huge impact on public health, on how much energy we use, and fundamentally on how the city itself is built and designed.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question for everyone involved. City officials, urban planners, architects, developers. When you're facing this perfect storm of massive growth and extreme environmental conditions, the old blueprints and static maps, they just don't cut it anymore. You need something way more dynamic. Well, to tackle this challenge head-on, Downtown Phoenix Inc. teamed up with some brilliant tech firms, CyberCity 3D and Orbis Dynamics. And what they came up with is the answer, a living, breathing digital replica of the entire downtown area.
So what in the world is a digital twin? Okay, imagine a super realistic video game of Phoenix, but instead of for entertainment, it's for urban planning. It's a perfect 3D model of every single building, every plot of land, all the infrastructure. But, and this is the key, it's connected to layers and layers of live data. It's not just a pretty picture, it's a powerful database that you can actually see and interact with.
And here it is. This is the DTPHX digital twin. What you're looking at is a crazy precise, data-rich model of the downtown core. Every single one of these structures isn't just a shape, it's a real building with a whole bunch of information attached to it. Everything from zoning laws to its height and square footage.
The sheer scale of this is, well, it's just massive. The team created over 75,000 smart 3D building models to build the backbone of this digital world. And it's that incredible level of detail that makes this whole thing so powerful. So you're probably wondering, how do you even build a digital city this complex? Let's take a quick peek under the hood and see how all this imagery and data actually comes together. It all kicks off with these overlapping aerial photos, kind of like what you'd see on Google Earth, but way more detailed. From there, special software pulls out all the building features. Then, a patented, automated process basically generates all the 3D models. And finally, real humans review and edit them to make sure everything's spot on. It's a pretty amazing process that turns flat pictures into this dynamic 3D world. But here's what really makes this a game changer. You don't have to be some data scientist or a mapping expert to use it. You can literally ask the platform questions in plain English, and it gives you the answers visually, right there on the 3D map. It's that simple. Okay, this is where it gets really, really cool. Let's see what this tool can actually do. How does it change the game for the people who are actually building, designing, and managing the future of Phoenix? Okay, put yourself in the shoes of a developer looking for your next big project. Or maybe you're with a business thinking about relocating to Phoenix. You could just type in a simple but incredibly powerful question like this one, asking to see every single piece of underused land, all the prime spots for new development. And just like that, boom, the map instantly lights up, showing you every vacant lot and parking lot. I mean, something that used to take weeks of digging through different city databases now happens in seconds. You can see the entire city's development potential laid out right in front of you. And this is exactly why people in the industry are so excited. As Matt Seaman from the Cardin Development Group says, this isn't just about being faster. It's about using that efficiency to make better, smarter decisions, to build a more sustainable city for everyone. All right, let's run another query. Say you're an urban planner trying to understand the recent housing boom. Or maybe you're a commercial real estate broker analyzing market trends. A simple question like this can instantly show you all the new residential buildings that have popped up in the last decade. And from there, the tool can zoom right in on a specific property, like the historic Westward Ho building here, and bam, it pulls up all the data attached to it. Its height, area, zoning, you name it.
This lets you do this incredibly detailed analysis, whether you're looking at historic preservation or tracking brand new construction.
As Devani Majority, the head of Downtown Phoenix Sync, points out, this is so much bigger than just one project. This digital twin can actually shape high-level policy and guide huge investment decisions. It gives Phoenix a planning advantage that really puts it on the map as a model for other growing cities to follow.
So who exactly gets to use this amazing tool? Well, pretty much everyone involved in shaping the city. For developers and brokers, it's about spotting opportunities in a flash. For urban planners and engineers, it's a sandbox to model infrastructure changes. Architects can drop their designs right into the model and see how they fit. City officials can finally make policy decisions backed by instant visual data. And for businesses thinking of moving to Phoenix, it's the ultimate sales pitch, showing them a city that's truly planning for the future.
When you get right down to it, the DTPHX digital twin is more than just a really impressive collection of data. It's a whole new blueprint for how cities can imagine and actually build their own futures.
And this right here shows you its ultimate power. It's a simulator. Planners can add proposed buildings to see how they'll change the skyline. They can model things like, what happens to traffic flow if we add a new bike lane here? Or how much shade will a new skyscraper create on a blistering summer afternoon? They can test all these future scenarios before a single shovel ever hits the ground. It's about playing out the future today.
So that leaves us with this really fascinating thought. The ability to see, to question, and to simulate a city's future. It's not science fiction anymore. It's happening right now in Phoenix. It kind of makes you wonder, right? If you had a tool like this for your city, what's the first problem you would try to solve?